I believe, so correct me if I'm wrong, this came from Centro Leaks.
Yeah.
Who kind of...
you got to take that already with a big grain of salt there.
Yeah, Centro, he's in the past, he's mainly been a leaks reporter, right? He's kind of, honestly, he's new when it comes to actually leaking. Unless it's like from a data mine. Like that's really where any reliability from him has come from in the past, was like getting into like a home server. Like I remember he did it with like Crown Tundra and got it. But this is, according to him, a leak. He said Gen 7, Chicken Chan. Gen 10, Jellyfish Chan. Interpret this as you will, but I would say it's very likely a reference to the Gen 7 female protagonist. I forget her name, but Celine? I guess Moon. Celine and Moon, yeah, whatever you want to call her. She has this hat that has, like funny little frills on it. And so like a nickname was like, Chicken Chan, because she looks like a little chicken, because it's like got the rooster mohawk, right?
I love it.
So I guess...
I love it. And so Jellyfish Chan, what are we expecting? Jellyfish Chan is what? It's gonna be one of the character has a hat. Maybe like Ethan from the Hoenn games, right? With that like long beanie. But like one of the characters is gonna have
do y'all remember that movie? Is it called? It's called like either Fishtails or Shark Tales or something. It's like a DreamWorks movie.
Sure.
And they're like these Rastafarian jellyfish.
Yeah.
That is instantly like where my head went.
Actually. Yeah.
Like they sing Bob Marley in it and everything. It's great. That's like where my head went.
What's it called?
So I was thinking like that type of hairstyle. It might be Shark Tales.
Shark Tail.
Yeah, Shark Tail. That's it. And there's like these jellyfish in the movie. And they do,
Oh, I can see
do like it's like supposed to resemble, like I forget what that's called, but the hat, the colorful hat, and then,
I see it.
Of course the
so
I forget what you call that hairstyle, but yeah,
the dreadlocks. Yeah, it could.
Yeah, dreadlocks. There you go.
That's crazy. Just like a giant beanie. Anyways, listen, this is a good place to start, because I think this is super inconsequential, and this is one of those like quote unquote rumors where I'm like, you can say anything. It doesn't mean anything. Even if it's true, it doesn't mean anything.
It's interesting just because, like, the main thing is, like, what does Centro know? Because, like Lumi said, the guy or the group of them, because there's, like, more than one, what do they actually know, and, like, where are they getting this information from? Like, I'm assuming it's all Terra Leak stuff, because that's what has happened this year.
Sure.
With the Terra Leak, so like this is just some like leftover information from the Terra Leak that no one ever got out, because the main guy, the main hacker, was like, I don't want to leak stuff about Gen 10, but then he did to like his friends or something, and now here we are. So somehow Centro got this information that nobody really else has ever said. I haven't heard any of this, and so it's like I don't know. So it is interesting in that respect. It is also interesting if it's true, which is if it has. She has a hat, I guess. I mean, all the protagonists have hats, right? So,
for what it's worth, and obviously, guys, like spoiler warning, because like we're gonna go into like Legends EA stuff, especially on
the present stuff. The present stuff.
But one thing that I will say in credit to Centro, and this again seemed to be sourced from the Terra Leak, is that Centro was the first person to break the news publicly on Mega Dragonite, when everyone was like racing to leak the megas, like back when like the dam broke, so to speak, and the water came rushing in, and people were going. You had like the journalist Felipe was like, Mega. I think he said like Starmie is what I heard, and then of course Ku's like Mega Excadrill, and Centro was like Mega Dragonite. And that did end up being true. So it seems like he did get access to some Terra Leak information. But I do think ultimately, like, Dusty, you hit it on the head. Like, okay, so the female protagonist has a hat or hair or something that resembles
big
a
whoop.
jellyfish.
Also, it's like, it could just be a blind prediction.
Right? Can we stop the episode here? Right? Like that's all we need to know about Gen 10. Right? We can wrap up Hidden Power, stop the show, because we know that the female protagonist is like a jellyfish.
The main protagonist wears a hat. Oh my god!
Right?
Someone in the chat. I mean, someone in the chat mentioned that it could be maybe like Lily shows up because she has this giant sun hat. And
that's a fun interpretation of it.
Yeah, right. Or even Musamine, right? Maybe if we actually want to look at this post as if it is a riddle, right? You like you could interpret it as far as saying, maybe it's a reference to not Lily, but instead Lusamine, her mother, who fuses with the Ultra Beast Nihil Ego, who has this like fusion form, and maybe I don't know. I'm going off the deep end, but maybe it's a suggestion
it is fun to speculate
that
on it,
fusions might be in Generation 10.
my
point is this is not enough information to be significant on its own.
No.
So
that's the thing. Like, no matter what way you tackle this, it's not like a giant reveal. Like, if he was like Gen 7 cat, owl, seal, Gen 10 jellyfish, like, then it's like we're getting a jellyfish starter. Like, then it's a big news. But
I mean, it does like for speculation only, because it's really pure speculation. You guys are totally right. But in my mind, when I think about it, I'm like, if she's like looks kind of like a jellyfish, then it like feels like marine, like theming, and like marine. Maybe we get a jellyfish starter or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, it just instantly your mind starts going like, oh,
and that's the fun part. That's definitely the fun part.
But
it's also a jellyfish shirt, by the way. It doesn't have to be that,
right?
Because it could just be
she might have a tentacle on her shirt.
Yeah, it might. Just a whole jellyfish. So who knows?
New jellyfish mon.
Which, if there was a new jellyfish Pokemon, it could be on her shirt. So instantly you're like,
the question would be like, what if assuming this post is accurate,
is real,
and Sendro has information, what information does he have? So that's
fun fact. We've gotten Pokemon leaked by clothing before, because like you had, of course, the the NPCs in Paldea had like a Tauros on their shirt. That obviously ended up being Paldea and Tauros, but there's not a big difference, so you couldn't really tell. I think the horns were bigger. That was it. But then in Sun and Moon, when they were showing off customization, there was a shirt shown that had Toucannon on it, and
I think Greedent as well was shown.
Yeah, you're right.
Galar's promotional
and
stuff,
like the Bolton logo.
Yeah, the Bolton logo for sure. At the same time, we have Clara with like the Dustox hair thing, and what's her name, Iono with the Magnemite thing, and you're like, these should be forms, but they never end up being anything.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
I was convinced that was gonna be real. That would have been awesome to have those like new Magnemite forms.
Last thing, I don't like the Chicken Chan. Like, I don't see it anyway. So like, if we're comparing it, it's not really. I don't know. I'd never heard of this before, that she has like a chicken hat. I kind of see it a little bit, but it's like, it looks like a flower more to me, and I think that's what they were going for with it, like a flower on top of her head.
I think the flat 2D render, you just see. Oh, and we just got this is weird to me. Hold on, we just got a super chat. Is this a super chat by Connor? Is this on YouTube or is it on YouTube? Oh, it is on YouTube. Okay, sorry, I'm getting.
I think it has the symbol next to it when you're on the thing. Like, there's on what you're seeing, Dusty. It says it's the YouTube symbol, Connor.
All right, good. I wasn't sure if it was on Twitch or on YouTube, so we're getting because we are live. We're like also streaming to Twitch right now. But anyways, Connor, thank you for the donation. Connor says, just about to go for a run. Thanks for keeping me company, lads. Appreciate it, man. Listen, you can. I listen to podcasts when I go for a run. You could listen to us when you go for a run, but maybe you're working out a lot harder than us. Then
you know what?
And you need something with more energy.
Thank you for taking us on your run, Connor, because now I can say like, oh, I went for a run.
Yeah, I went for a run today. My voice. So I think, going back to this, I think the interpretation is you got the flat 2D render of this character, and the hat. If you just look at the 3 to 4 little red bumps, that looks like the thing that's on top of a chicken's head.
Okay.
I think the 3D model of it, it looks more like a flower, and it's probably supposed to look like that. Or just like
I see the vision, but it kind of shows what we're talking about too, where like, does it look like a jellyfish, or does it have like one thing that if you really want to and you squint really hard and you have a good imagination, you can go, kind of looks like a jellyfish,
Listen, it's fun. It's fun. It made me chuckle when I saw it, because the Chicken Chan brought me back to what was that, 2017 or whatever.
We need a Chicken Chan shirt on our merch store.
Yeah,
Chicken Chan. That's actually kind of fun.
Chicken Chan.